What is going on, YouTube, and welcome back for another episode. We're back out here in the shop. We've got the recessed foot pedal tray installed. We've got, look what's gone. It's laying right there. And look what is laying right there. You dang right, not Garmin. I didn't get the Garmin. I wanted to get the Garmin, but I didn't get it. This is the Minn Kota Ultrex, and we are about to install it, so stick around. We're going to unbox it. I'm going to open it up here, show you guys what all it comes with. And I don't know that we're going to install it tonight. I ordered some rubber garment brackets that go in these holes. And then the trolling motor sits onto it, and you stick the bolt in, and it sucks up against the shell of the boat for the mount to sit on. So I thought that would probably be better, having that rubber between the trolling motor and my boat, so I didn't bust the front. But let's open this thing up and see what we got. Looks like we got everything we need. This is what I was looking for first, though, which is the mount that goes up front. So we'll need that first. Then you got your trolling motor part. This one just has the built-in transducer. It doesn't have the MDI, which is the mega imaging, but it'll work. This one's supposed to have the GPS puck and all that good stuff with it, so let's get everything out. So, all right, we'll get everything out here and kind of look at it. First off, I'm gonna see how this fits. So we got the base mount. We'll pull this. There's a pin right here you gotta flip back. Maybe I can pull with my foot. There it goes. And that is your spring assist. It hooks up here to help. It helps lift the motor up and down. But it has this locking device right there that is kind of a pain in the butt. That little deal is kind of a pain in the butt for your first time installers, so I probably would have been trying to figure it out myself had I not watched about 50 YouTube videos on how to install this thing prior to this installation. So I'm gonna set it up here. We're gonna take a look at it, see what it looks like. All right, so I had to take all the sides off. There's all sorts of different holes in here to mount this trolling motor. I'll show you. You've got holes on the outside. You've got holes all down the inside. And there's not any on that outside over here, but there is holes here, back here, and of course the three. There's two on this side. Okay, so we got 1, 2 here. You got pair, and another pair back here. So none of these match up with any of mine on this boat. Not really for sure. I know whenever you do install this, you want the tip of this kind of over the boat just a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna have to drill new holes, which is fine. We'll just have to silicone the other ones up, but that's it right there. We'll get this thing mounted up and probably do it tomorrow. So I just wanted to see what it would look like. It's gonna look good. It's gonna look really good. I'm not really paying attention to the screen here, sorry people. Okay, so I found out where I wanted my trolling motor to sit. I'm gonna use this hole, and then we're gonna have to drill one here, drill one here, drill one here, drill one back here, and one right here. And I didn't think these were gonna come in today, but they did. Boom, check that out, my isolator bolts. So I gotta figure out how big these are and see if I have a drill bit this size, so I'm gonna look for that now. All right, so I just drilled the holes. I marked them out. I'm about to go get some silicone to fill in all these extra holes from the old trolling motors. There was actually let's see what kind of trolling motor was on here. Motor Guide trolling motor on here when I bought it. And I switched over to the Edge, and now we're going to the Ultrex. So I'm so pumped about this. Thing is, I'm gonna tell you a secret on these right here. When drilling these holes, always start out with your drill in reverse, and that will help keep from chipping your clear coat and your paint on your boat. So you want to run it backwards quite a ways until you get the full drill bit size, and then you can turn it forward and go ahead and drill it. Kind of wondering about this one because there's like a lip right here and it went plumb through it. And this won't go all the way down in there, but I think that once I get the right size, it'll go down in there as far as it'll go, and then they just suck up. So when you screw it down, it pulls the nut up and it expands the bottom and kind of mushrooms out. So this little pack, which I recommend using, these they're Isolator bolts. I got them on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description below. They work great. So I've made a mess here. So tomorrow night we'll have the trolling motor done, and basically I'll start putting all this back together. We got to mount the puck, which did find the pucks right here. This is the GPS puck, and all it does is hook to 12 volts, so it stays constant. It's Bluetooth to the trolling motor head. Okay, so this is super simple. I didn't end up going. I found a bit to drill these with. I went ahead and mounted this up, put the plastic dills back on. Once I got that on there, I actually set this under here so it wouldn't lock back down. And all this head does is you take, hold on, that bolt right there, you take it out, and then this thing slides down and it fits right in there. Now this thing has two washers. One goes on this side, one goes on the underside. That's the hardest part. So now that I've got this mounted on here and this is mounted down, basically we're done, other than wiring it up. I gotta put this on, so we're gonna do that next. Okay, so this was super simple to put on. It's just two screws. You gotta have a backup. You gotta have a backup to hold the backside, but what I did was, let me show you. All right, so this was super easy. You can put one screw on this side, and then you start pushing. You put this in and then push the rod through this and into this, but you stop it right here. That's where I had this, and I come through the back side right there, and I stuck this through there and then ran the plastic piece that is right here onto this, and then I pushed it on through, and then I just screwed it in over there. So that was pretty simple. I know this ain't like the greatest install video, but this is all really simple. So we got the Ultrex on, it's up. It comes with a mounting rod that will go right up here that'll come down onto the carpet, but I'm not sure if I want to put that on there or not. I don't know that I need it. We'll see. That'll be a tomorrow project. I am done for the night, so next we got left is installing the live scope on, and that's about it. So we'll see you tomorrow night. All right, YouTube, welcome back. I told you guys I was gonna come back the next night and finish the boat up. Well, that didn't happen. I didn't get to work on it last night. I go back to work tonight. I work the next 5 nights, something like that, a bunch of them. And so the videos I'm filming now are kind of just for fillers until I can get a day off to go out and shoot another video on the water. But check this out. Boom. I got the foot pedal tray mounted. Everything's done. I've got the wires connected. I'll just show you guys exactly how this install went step by step, because I didn't video it. It's just too much to sit here and just video, and I just figured I'd give you a rundown on how to do it. So we'll start back here at the battery compartment, and I'll show you guys what's up here. All right, so we're going with the 24 volt system. I had the 1224, so I had 2 power wires and 2 negative wires already ran up here. Well, we stuffed them up in here, and we've only got 2 wires now. So I came through here with a jumper going from the positive to the negative of this battery. And then we have the negative wire that's going to the front is hooked to the negative side with the battery chargers. The battery chargers are on here. You don't have to worry about the battery chargers. You can just hook it up 12 volt and 12 volt, it'll still charge the same way it's supposed to. Now here's where it's got a little tricky, but not real tricky. I made another wire. It runs over here to this, which is supposed to be a 60 amp breaker. All I had was a 200 amp breaker on hand, so I'm gonna order a 60 amp breaker and I'll replace it. And then from out of this breaker, which is a trip breaker, so you can reset it when it trips, out of here it goes back to the front. So you got your positive wire now with 24 volts because you have the jumper across here going from positive to negative. And so then I got the negative wire and the positive wire going up front, which they run down through here and they come up right here. And you will want a voltage meter tester, especially if you've got what I had. But so luckily I had these because this is 6 gauge wire and this is like a 10 gauge or something like that. But I have this is actually made for 8 gauge. I had to cut some of the wires out to get it to fit. They heat shrink on. I'm gonna tape them now that I've got them on here. But this is hooked directly to the trolling motor, which I'll show you what I did. Garage is a mess now. I drilled a hole here and ran the wire through here, and then it comes out right here, which we're gonna stuff all that in there. I'm gonna tape all that up first. We have the trolling motor down. I gotta put one more screw in here. But basically, we're gonna hook the live scope wire up, but I have this other transducer that was on my old trolling motor. It's just your HDI 2D down scan that goes right here. It was on my old trolling motor. I'm not gonna put it on because I got the live scope that's gonna go on here. And basically, the only thing I ever use that for is depth, and I can get that off of the Garmin unit. So I'm gonna use my Lowrance unit that's up here just for specifically marking locations using my chart. Which I actually, let me know if any of y'all are interested. I'm actually gonna sell this if you want it. I think I'm gonna be asking $200 for this one. It's the Elite 7 HDI with the transducer. And then I also have the Lowrance Gen 2 Touch right here. It's got the side scan imaging and down scan imaging. I think I gave like $1,500 for this at one point in time. I got it on sale for like $14.99. I'm gonna let this one go for $400. So any of y'all are interested, hit me up. I'm gonna post it on Facebook and Marketplace and stuff. So those two are going up for sale. And also this Minn Kota Edge trolling motor. It's still in good shape. Nothing wrong with it. Still has everything on it. Still runs perfect. 24 volt system. And I'm gonna let it go for probably $200 too. So I'm gonna sell all this stuff, hopefully to get the 12-inch. So I'm trying to decide. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this out. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out, and I'm not even gonna mount it on my trolling motor. I just don't really care to. I don't really need it, and I never use it. I just need the chart plotter, so I'll use it for the charts, and that's it. So now what we got left is mounting up the GPS puck, which is this right here. And it Bluetooths to the Ultrex trolling motor. And all it does is hook up to 12 volts. So I think I'm gonna have to cut all my stuff out here anyway. Basically, that's it. I will show you guys once I get it all put together. The trolling motor went on simple. I mean, y'all seen that in the other video. We still gotta put the bar on, and we gotta cut it too. So I gotta get after it because my wife's been wanting me to come inside. I go to work tonight, so I need to go hang out with the family. And that's about it. I'd like to get all this done and put back together. So I'm gonna put some electrical tape around my connections here. Even though those are heat shrinked on, I'm still gonna electrical tape them. And I'll be ready to, I guess, pull this wire out because I don't want it, I just don't want it in here. Unless I can feed it out, but I don't think I can. So I'm gonna have to cut my power wire and stuff out to feed it through the hole that goes down in here. But yeah, that's it. I'll get back to work here and I'll show you guys a little bit more here in a little while. All right, so we have got this thing wrapped up, and minus going to get parts and stuff, it really wasn't that bad, other than I did some rewiring. I didn't even hook the Lowrance back up. I have the wire, I hooked it up for power. Just not for sure how I'm wanting to do that. I may get a ram mount and mount it up, maybe on that other side, or I don't know, somewhere over here. For right now, I put my Bluetooth puck here. I may put it here, I don't know. I can unhook this and move it, it don't matter. I'll probably move it up here, actually, which I'm not gonna do that right now. I had a hole there, so I went with it. And we removed the pole that hangs over, put it on the trolling motor. Right now, it's just not really feasible to use the pole right now. Now, come summer when they're on brush piles and stuff, and we're not out trying to chase them down, then maybe I'll put the pole back on. But for right now, here's what it looks. Turned out great. I'll show you guys. So I got the live scope hooked back up. Wires ran down through the tube. They're going in here, and like I said, this right here is my Lowrance. I don't know if I'm gonna hook it up or not. Foot pedal tray looks good. Of course, it won't move now, but pointed the toe down so no dirt will get in here, no debris, water if it's misty outside or raining. Ran the transducer off the trolling motor. It's got to be 7 inches away or more from here. So I don't know what I got here, but it's more than 7. And then ran it up, left a loop up top, a little extra slack. We taped it all the way down, and then it goes back in here. I'm not done cleaning. I vacuumed it a little bit, but I made a mess. So the puck won't work unless I turn, this boat's so dirty. It's been sitting outside because I had it at the shop. This power has to be on. And then the cool thing about this trolling motor is it's the Bluetooth. And then this has to be on. So I'm not sure how to pair them yet. I'm gonna have to read the directions. But that's it. Turned out great. I'm pleased with it. So just to recap of what all I did, because this was a two different day video. 24 volts hooked up to a 200 amp breaker, which I'm going to turn that to a 60 or a 80 amp. I haven't figured it out yet. Probably, I like to overdo it just a little bit. Probably go with the 80 amp breaker. And it's run all the way up through here. And then up here, as I showed y'all earlier, I made the connections. I taped those up and stuffed that back down in there. So it's a direct line all the way to the battery now. There's no plug-in, no nothing. I did away with the plug-in, which is great because that plug-in seemed to fail quite often. I got to move this down from being way up here because I got the foot tray in here now. So I'm gonna have to move it up a little bit. I'll get to play with it now, but it was way up here. So you hit your drinks sitting them in here. But I shouldn't have any issues with it. And we put the bar on, and that was really simple to do. There's videos on that if y'all look up how to install Ultrex. There'll be probably better videos than what I've got. I'm just showing you guys that I installed it. So that's what we got going. That's all I got for you guys. I'm gonna get out after fishing here pretty soon. I gotta go in and see the kids, hang out with the wife for a little while, and be a dad, you know, do the right thing. They're missing me already, and I haven't even started nights yet. So one thing, I do have this. I forgot to mount it right there. I'm going to eventually remove these 2 screws, drill a hole through this in those 2 spots, and then run those screws back through, because I'm going to end up losing this. That's a guarantee if I don't mount it permanently. So that's a for sure deal that's going to happen. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'm just sitting here rambling on, and I don't need to make a long video because, well, who needs to see a long video of me just putting in a trolling motor? So don't forget, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and until next time, I will see you guys on the next video. Before I go, I got something else I want to show you. I showed you guys this earlier. I put this in. I drilled a hole in the side of the pan to run this wire through, and I put some stuff around it so it won't cut the wire, but I installed that there. I think I showed that earlier, but if I didn't, there you go. But that's the install. Don't forget all that stuff I said before. See you guys on the next video.